As with most features in FileMaker, export is controlled by the found set. So what we're going to do before we export is create a found set. We'll do it a real simple way. We'll first show all records, and if you already have all records shown, it'll be dimmed here. Then we can omit the first record, omit the second record, and then we can go ahead and show omitted only. Now we have a found set of 2. And before we start, there's a feature we're going to show you, so we're going to go ahead and change something in layout mode. We're going to go in here and edit layout mode, show our inspector, come over to our data tab, go to the bottom here, and click on the date of birth field. It's set to format as entered. We're going to switch it to something else like this, and then we'll close that. And if you remember, what this does is allows you to show it in a format that's not the same as you'd enter it. So this will make a difference. We're going to do 2 exports, and you'll see the difference on what we're doing and how it exports. So we'll go to the File menu, and we'll choose Export Records. And what we're going to do is call this export.tab. That stands for tab separated text. And there are all these formats down here. You could go ahead and choose comma separated, but it's really the same thing, just commas. All these formats, once you understand one, you understand all of them for the most part. Tab's going to be a very common one. Don't worry about it. Just go ahead and try each one of these out if you want to take a look at them. But it really depends on what the other program calls for, what you export to. Also, make sure you know where the file's going so you don't lose it. Then we'll choose to automatically open file and create email with files attachment. Both these options you'll see in a lot of different dialogues. Very handy to quickly have that file open so you can see it. Or if you want to send it to somebody, just attach it to an email rather than making an email and dragging the file, finding it, and dragging it into the email. This makes it a lot easier. So we'll hit save. Then we get to decide which fields we want to export. We're going to go and find the name first and move it, name last and move it, and realize that if you don't see your field, we're only showing the current layout right now. If you choose the current table, you'll see more fields, as you'll see here. DOB, we'll move that over. And take a look at this option. We're not going to check it, but it says Apply Current Layouts Data Formatting to Exported Data. That's what we just did with the date field, but we're not going to check it and see how it works. So we'll hit Export, and it's going to do its thing. And you see it's made that email with that export attached to it. I'm just going to get rid of that. It's as simple as that. That's what it does. And then you'll see when we look at our text editor that it's opened up that file. Here's John Mark, tab, Osborne, tab, and then the date. And the same, and then a return, and then Ida, tab, Osborne, and so on. But very importantly, look at the date. It's as we entered it, not as it was formatted. So let's close that. We're going to go do an export again. Going to go export to here, to the desktop. This time I'm just going to automatically open, not create an email with the file's attachment. Hit save. Same fields to export, but we're going to check this, and it's going to look at the current layout and decide to use that format because of that checkbox. Now, it may not be that handy because something like Excel won't recognize it as a date, so that's why it's defaulted as unchecked, but it could be handy. You never know. And then you see it's now got this formatted format. Now that applies to any format that you can choose. Let's remind you what they are. If we go into layout mode and we choose, let's say, this field down here, which is a text field, so we can see all the formats, and then go ahead and show our inspector, you'll see you can do that. Formatting is considered a number format, the date as we showed you, a time format, and if you could export graphics to a text file, then you could use this, but you can't. So it's really just number, date, and time. So remember that you can apply the $signs to your export if you want. You can put proper time formatting in there if you want. It's all up to you what you want to do. Probably most of the time you won't, but it's there if you need it.